Harry Potter and the AI Adventure 3, Chapter 7. The students spent most of the holidays in the library reading as much information on Horcruxes as possible. Dean Thomas hanged himself, and the students pushed past his body as they rushed to get books. Harry, Ron and Draco had all but forgotten their mission to assassinate Hermione, but Snape didn't. He continued to panic at the prospect of a cursed future. He hadn't been able to talk to the girl ever since the events leading to her attack, so he decided to confront her, but instead of coming to him directly, she went straight after him instead. He tried to hide himself behind a bookcase while she approached. Snape started sweating as Hermione stalked the area in front of him until she finally found him hiding behind the shelf. "Professor Snape, what happened to you? Is everything okay?" She questioned him urgently. "Shit, I forgot what the time is!" He mentally panicked, cursing himself for forgetting what he was supposed to say in order to convince the girl. Before he managed to answer, however, Hermione looked around and seemed to catch sight of something else in the room. "Professor Snape, look! Something weird's happening over there!" She pointed excitedly towards what she was talking about. However, when Snape looked over, there was nothing. Her signs of schizophrenia were showing once more. After seeing her face scrunch up in confusion at his lack of response, he made a run for it. However, when he opened the door, he ran smack dab into Hermione, sending both of them backwards. "Oh my God, are you all right? Why did you run like that?" Hermione shouted at him, concerned. I'm okay." He didn't bother explaining further. He knew that Hermione didn't actually believe he was okay, not anymore anyway. He could see in her eyes that she wasn't happy with him, which caused him to feel bad about running away from her. Before he realized what was happening, the door flew open and Ron came bursting inside. "Are you sure you're okay, Professor?" he panted. "Yes, Weasley. I'm perfectly fine, thank you very much." Snape replied, shocked Ron somehow knew what just happened. Sorry, sir." Hermione watched the interaction, silently confused. "Did you hear that, Hermione? Professor Snape said he was fine." Hermione shook her head, obviously confused. "No, I didn't hear anything, Ronald." "Okay. Well, you're sure you're all right?" he questioned worriedly. "Absolutely. You should be heading to class, though." Yeah. See you later, Professor." "Bye, Ron. Bye, Neville. See you later." "I'm Harry," said Harry, suddenly appearing beside Hermione. "Neville Longbottom, nice to meet you." Well, I should get going to class now. See you later, guys," Snape said. Hermione gave Harry an amused smile. "Goodbye, Neville." He smiled nervously at her before rushing out of the library. "We're going to have to kill her sooner or later," Harry muttered to Ron quietly. "I know, but she is our friend, and I don't know if I can do it. I love tapping that great ass of hers, and I'll miss it once we finally kill her," Ron responded thoughtfully. "You can always keep her body afterwards for necrophilia," Harry suggested. "Yeah, I'm not quite ready for that. I mean, I kind of like our Hermione the way she is right now. Besides, if it does happen, I have a whole pile of girls begging to get some, and I can't turn them all down." "That would just be rude," Ron said, causing Harry to laugh. "Everyone thinks you're gay, no girl likes you. In fact, there's a rumour yours and Hermione's children are not even yours," he teased Ron, who flushed bright red. "Oh, shut up, Harry." After a few minutes more, Hermione, who had been there listening to the boys and their plans to kill her, left too, although much more reluctantly and with a lot more grumbling from Ron. Just after Harry finished tidying up the library, Luna entered looking slightly dishevelled. Harry stood up straight. "Hello, Luna." "Hello, Harry," she said shyly, before walking towards a table and sitting in the chair across from him. They were interrupted by Harry's owl knocking its leg against the wooden tabletop repeatedly. "Sorry, I think that's Hedwig," Harry said, taking the letter from the Raven-S leg and giving it to Luna. "Hedwig? That name sounds so familiar," Luna said, scratching behind the bird's ear affectionately. She took the letter curiously before breaking into a smile once she read it. "This letter says that the minister wants to speak with us regarding a matter concerning your parents. You're both required to come to his office tomorrow at 10 o'clock sharp." "Tomorrow? Why doesn't he just send a letter instead of wasting our time?" Harry inquired curiously.
"Perhaps because he doesn't trust us?"
Luna suggested slyly. Harry rolled his eyes at Luna's comment. "Maybe you're right. I am, isn't I always? Anyway, shall I make the sandwiches?" Harry questioned, quickly changing the subject. Luna grinned. "Sure, Harry, thanks.